Okay, attached to today's lesson is the actual task sheet for your measurement DI and an example that a student wrote 2 years ago, and this one I try-harded and used 3D graphics and everything. Oh no, it's recording on here. So, what I want to go through is the actual task sheet and show you you've already completed half of it. So this is the task sheet. Measurement, directed investigation. Your draft is due midnight on Friday of week 8, except for you guys, and the final midnight Friday of week 9. I'm not soft on due dates. You need me to mark it. I'm going to mark it on the particular weekend. You don't pay me overtime to mark it some other time. Okay? I'm going to give you draft feedback when you give me a draft. So if I work my ass off for you, you need to do the same for me. This is all fluff. Your design is required. Ignore all this budding artist stuff. What's important? One of which has planar faces. Did I cover that with you? One of which has a curved surface. Yes. One shape that's pointy. Have access to the highest grade bands. You need 8 pieces. You've all done that. I already checked your designs. I drew a nice picture of it for you with all the dimensions so I can mark it. So this, if I highlight that, that's already done. Part 1, the design. Create a design following the guidelines above. Draw a reasonable sketch. I did that, no one needs to know. That's done too. This is done. I approved your design. Why? Because I got you to draw it and then I did a nice picture of it with dimensions. This is what you haven't done. Estimating and calculating volume. Using a few measurements from your design, find an estimate of the volume of the piece using a simple solid. For example, the shape on the previous page, this rook here, if I wanted one solid that describes this, what would it be? A cone? Yeah. So the way that you should think about the estimate is, I want to make this chess piece. I've only got half an hour to go to Bunnings and buy something. I don't have time to work out the exact volume. So can I find the volume of one shape that sort of looks similar? Yeah, there's going to be too much. I'm going to buy too much concrete because it doesn't go in. But isn't it better to have too much than too little? Right? So that's what the estimate is. You're doing just one calculation with a simple solid that sort of follows the shape. So if I do... I'm not just stuffing it up today. What is one simple solid that sort of looks like this? A rectangular prism. But what's that not going to do? That's not going to help you with this little missing bit. And it's also going to be too much for the part that goes in at the top. What about this one? What's one? You can argue either way. You could do a pyramid with a square at the bottom, or you could do a cone. Okay? With a cone, with a rectangle, with a square-based pyramid, can you see how there's going to be there's going to be too much here? Yeah. But that's fine. It's an estimate. Okay? It's an estimate. You're just guessing so that you don't have to spend all that time actually working it out. So, I've just given you an idea of how to estimate the volume. Carry out all the calculations needed to find the actual volume. Did you start that last lesson? Yeah. So it's either done or in the process of being done. Have you compared the answers to A and B yet? No, because have you done the estimate yet? But you can do that, and then you can find the percentage error between them, which we taught earlier in the year. Have you found the surface area? See how most of this is done? Part 4, this is the only other part that you haven't done. This gives you costs and density, etc. for concrete to make the chess piece and paint to paint it. That's the last bit. I can't do all the maths for you. I can check it, but you try this. Send it to me and I'll help you out, okay? I'll check it for you when you've had a go. I'm not going to show you how to do it because then everyone's going to get the answer straight away. Show me your attempt and then I can fix issues with that. So if we look at all the stuff that you've been requested to do for your assignment, you've done the design, you haven't done the estimate, you have found the volume or are in the process of doing it, you haven't compared, You have found the surface area, you just haven't found the cost. The other stuff you haven't done is the write-up. So now I'll show you some examples. You can't just have assignments that have maths just hanging there. You need to explain it. So if I go to, this is a student example. Did I help you draw a picture that you can put on the front page? Use that. Did you draw scale diagrams? You drew that. Paste the scale diagrams next to it. Introduction. In your own words, tell me what you were asked to do. Is this person telling you to design and calculate the cost of making an outdoor chess piece? Is that what I've asked you to do on the task sheet? Just say it in your own words. I am scanning it for AI, so be careful with that. Use the AI to give you a hint, but as long as you're the one who submits what you wrote, you won't get caught for the AI. The problem we have is people using AI and just submitting that. That's stupid. Okay? That is stupid. Don't do that. Okay? So, introduction, telling me what you were asked to do. This explains why it was a certain height tall and what design they were trying to make it look like. Is there a little heading telling me that you're going to find the estimation and actually find the volume? Has this kid typed out their maths? I don't need it typed out. If your writing is neat enough, get a photo of it and paste it in there. Is this calculations for the exact volume? Half of you have done that already. You just need to type it in or paste it in. This is when you compare the estimate to the real thing. You haven't done that yet, but I've just told you about that now. Is this calculating the surface area? What's this little intro? This is explaining why we need to calculate the total surface area. Why am I interested in the surface area? Because I'm going to paint the thing. I need to know how much paint to buy, so I need to know the surface area. Volume's not going to help you with that. So explain. Calculating the cost. You've got the exemplars to help you. Be careful. They're not. I don't think they're the same prices. And then the discussions after. You can have a read of that for homework, okay? So I'll stop the video now.